Hey everybody, Joe from Britical Saiyans here, and today I'm going to be showing you the Goku Vegeta GT deck profile. So yeah, like I said, our leader is Son Goku and Vegeta, but they're both GT versions. It's got a permanent, which on both sides is you can use your mono red rest mode Saiyan cards in combos. So it comes handy because a lot of things come out in rest mode, or they benefit from being combos. And then you've got an auto once per turn. When you use a card in a combo, look up 3 cards from the top of your deck, add up to 1 red Saiyan card or 1 red unison, specify a cost of 2 among your hand, and place the remaining on the bottom in any order. So you get red Saiyan or your 2 cost unison. And then for the awaken is, if you're on 4 less, or you have 2 more energy and both Goku and Vegeta GT in your Z energy, you draw 1, get an energy back, and go down to 6. So it does have an early awaken by having essentially 2 Z energy. So yeah, like I said, permanent, you can combo your mono red rest mode Saiyans.
God, you really struggled with that, didn't you?
Mono red rest Saiyans. It's the double R that got me. So it's got a secondary permanent of your Gogeta GT cards can attack your opponent's battle cards in active mode, and when your Gogeta GT cards attack your opponent's battle cards, your opponent skips their defense step. So if you attack their battle cards, they can't negate. It just goes straight into combo phase. But that only really applies to this one. The 8 cost basically skips most of the battle for you. It's got auto once per turn. When you activate Union Fusion, this card gains Gogeta GT for a turn, so its character counts as Gogeta GT as well as Goku and Vegeta. So it's fairly applicable. You could use it with the original GT stuff, but it also helps this deck. And then when it attacks, you draw 1, then you play 1 red Saiyan card, then you cost 1 from your hand in rest mode. Despite what I'm about to show you, there is 1 cost Saiyans in here. They just don't start off as that. So, start with, we'll go into the Z deck. It's fairly straightforward. So we've got our Z leader, which is Gogeta the Ultimate Fusion. So it's got permanent, you can only use 1 in your Z deck. Its Z Awaken is you pay 3 Z energy, and then if your life is on 4 less, and all of your energy is in rest mode, you skip your next charge phase during your next turn and place this on top of your leader. So when it says skipping charge phase, that means you skip your draw, your restanding, your charging. Your next turn you just go straight into your main phase. You don't get any other like start of turn phases. You just go straight in with what you've already got and you just have to play from there. And then when this card is in a battle, you can't activate extra skills or use cards in combo, so if your opponent attacks, you just have to sit there and wait for them to do their thing. You can't do anything, but you're on 100k, so chances are they're not going to be able to do much. And its auto is at the end of your opponent's turn, switch this card to active mode and remove it from the game. So you get your leader back and he shoots off and that's it, it's done. But you can only play 1 for the game, so. And then there's 4 copies of the Rush Attack Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. So 2 NG, 2 Z NG, 15k deflect. When this card attacks, use it to 1 mono red card, 5k combo from your drop in the combo with its skills gain for a turn. Additionally, choose it to 1 of your opponent's battle cards or unison cards and it gets minus 15k for a turn. And he's got active main once per turn. If you have 4 more Z NG, it goes back into active and he gains 10k double and barrier for the turn. So it's just a nice beat stick. You can also run a Goku GT in the Z deck. It's fine, I just don't have any, so that's why I don't run any. Right, so going into the main deck now. So the unison for the deck, we've got 3 copies of Gotank's Earth Shattering Might. So specify cost 2, 15k. It's got auto once per turn. When you use a union skill, you add a marker. It's got active main of +0 draw a card, and it's got secondary active main -5 against 15k, double strike and dual attack for a turn. So there is a Vegeta GT Unison in the set that's, I'm going to say, better than this one. Just don't have any, and this one still works out because when you use your Union skill, you'll add a marker. It just constantly lets you draw a card with no gain or minus. And then if you can hit 5, well, I'd say 6 markers, that's when you can just be like, okay, well now it's a 30k double striker that can attack twice. So it's not a bad little number. So going into the extra cards now, we've got a singular copy of Strategies of Universe 7. Just active main, choose all your red Saiyans and give them barriers until the end of your opponent's next turn. It's just a nice little protection thing in case you need it. There's a copy of After Image, which is our Sparking 5 negate. So if your leader's red, you choose one of your cards and it gains 40k power for battle, then choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and it gets -10k for the turn. So it doesn't negate the attack, it just overpowers your card by minusing one of theirs. And you can activate it by taking a life if you have 5 in the drop. There's 2 copies of King Vegeta's Imposing Presence. So this is counterattack. If the leader is a mono-red Saiyan, you may choose the attacking card, ignoring barrier, and it gets -10k power for the turn. Your opponent can't attack with cards for the turn unless they give the attacking card -5k each time, and you can't activate another copy from hand for the turn. So it doesn't negate the attack, but the first thing you throw this on loses 10k, and every subsequent attack that they throw has to lose 5k. So if something's attacking multiple times, it's going to lose an additional 5k per attack it would throw at you. So it's essentially negate because it really makes your opponent think like, can I afford to attack and can I give it power to make up for the loss? And if you're on Fearless, you can activate its count skill by discarding a card. So it comes in handy when you're on low life because it just saves you from some aggro. We've got a singular copy of Violent Rays because I only have a singular copy. So this is counter attack. If it is red, negate the attack, then you choose card in your hand, discard it, and then you can either choose, so you've got 2 effects you can choose, which is either your opponent can't attack with battle cards with 20k power or more for the turn, or they can't attack with Unison cards with 20k or more power for the turn. So again, it's just aggro deterrent because you're likely to go for the battle cards over the Unison because Unison's harder to set up that way. So, and then finally we've got 2 copies of Testing the Opposition. So this is our counter attack that plays a Sideman blocker, and you can rip a life if you're on 5 or less to play it out. So pretty much all the negates in this deck have a way of bypassing their cost besides Violent Rays. But Testing the Opposition is the only flat out negate the attack that can bypass its cost. So going now to the battle cards. Start with, we've just got our super combos, which is 2 Raditz and 2 Roshi. So Roshi is Sparking 5, you draw a card. Raditz is, if you're red, 4 or less, and all your energy's red, put a card to the bottom deck, draw 2, and he gains 10k combo. So the Sparking ones are just handy for the fact that you can awaken early, and then the Raditz is just, you're on 4 or less. You may as well benefit. Next we've got our 3 drops. So we have 2 copies of Digging Deep Vegeta. This is in here just as a bit of self-awakening in case your opponent's not going for that, like they're leaving your leader alone. So it's just a way of getting your life down, because once per turn when it attacks, you may choose 2 cards from your life, add to your hand. If you add 1 or more, he gains 5k and switch back to active mode. So if you're on 6, your opponent's not attacking, you can go, okay, pay 3, swing, rip 2, go to 20, restand, and I'm on 4. So I'm ready to go. It's not hugely essential, you could swap out for a cheaper one, but it's just nice to have, and it's a way of just taking 2 straight away. And the other 3 cost is 3 copies of the Yamcha counterplay. So you activate the counterplay, choose up to 2 of your opponent's battle cards to get -15k then you play him out, and if you have red units with 2 or more markers, he comes out for free. So it's just our counterplay for the deck. That lets us minus because red. So now we're going to the forecasts, which is the vast majority of the deck is forecast cards. Case in point. So to start with, these are all four ofs. So we have, I'll show these together because they're basically the same card. 4 Goku preparing to brawl, and 4 Vegeta preparing to brawl. And these cards have exactly the same text. So they are literally just carbon copies of each other. So their permanent is you reduce their cost in your hand by 3 if your leader is this leader. It's the only leader that allows you to do that. So there are 1 costs in the deck. Their first auto is when they're played, you draw 1, then you switch them to rest mode, and at the end of the turn they go to your drop. And then its secondary auto is when it's used to come from battle area, you draw a card. So the thing is, with our leader, we don't have to worry about the entirety of the first auto, because you play it out, you come in rest, you draw a card, you combo it off, you draw another card. And you can do that on either side, and at any point you just send it, and there you go. Next we have 4 copies of Goku Rivalry United and Vegeta Rivalry United. So again, these are kind of like duplicates, but they do work in different ways. So they both have deflect. Goku has double strike, Vegeta has critical. When Goku is played, he draws a card. When Vegeta is played, it minuses a battle card by 15. They both have a auto of you pay 1 red. If they're using a combo, you give your leader 5k, and then Vegeta gives them crit for the turn, and Goku gives them double strike for the turn. So if you combo the Goku, your leader gains 5k for the battle and double strike for the turn. If you combo Vegeta, 5k for battle, crit for the turn. And then they both have the same active battle of limit 1, pay 1 red. If your leader is said leader card, and you have 2 or more energy, and you have the other character in your combo, you can play it out from your hand. So if you've comboed a Vegeta, you can play Goku. If you combo Goku, you can play Vegeta. So like I said, they're essentially the same, like they're the opposites, but they're the same card. Because that's kind of how the deck works. It's like having 2 cards that essentially work the same. And then the last 4 drops for the deck, we've got 4 copies of Digging Deep Goku and Vegeta Searching for Rivals. These are the only 2 that are different from each other. They both got limit 1s. So Vegeta's active main limit 1. If your leader is the lead card and you discard a card from your hand, you can add up to 1 red Goku GT with an energy cost of 4 and 20k power from your deck to your hand and shuffle your deck. So the Vegeta just searches any of the Gokus in the deck. And Goku is auto limit 1 if your leader is said leader card and life's at 4 or less. When it's used in the combo from your hand, choose 1 of your cards and it gets 5k power for the turn. So Goku himself doesn't provide any combo, it just gives something 5k for the turn. So it's better, because you can just target your leader and just give it the 5k, or you can target your battle cards. So going now to our 8 drops, we've got 1 copy of Super Saiyan Goku, Pan and Trunks Galactic Explorers. So it's 30k with deflect. It's got an active main of pay 3 red. If you have 4 more energy, you can play this card from under a unison. It's got active once per turn, Spirit Boost 3. Choose all of your opponent's battle cards and you get minus 30k power for the turn. And this card gains triple attack for the turn. So you can just swing it 3 times 30k. And it's got active main limit 1. Choose 1 of your red unisons with 10k or more power and place this under it from your hand or battle area and add a marker to the chosen unison. So it lets you place itself under, give a marker, and then once you hit enough energy you can just go, oh, I'll pay 3, play it out, and then potentially do the Spirit Boost on top of that just to start swinging. So it's really useful. Next, we've got 2 copies of Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta Indomitable Might. So this is the black-red one that's also from set 18. It's just good as like a secondary. It's essentially a secret rare for the deck, I'd say, because you'd rather run that than a secret. Depends what you have. So it's got double strike, 30k power. Its autos, when it's played, your opponent sends 1 card from their hand to the warp. Then you choose up to 2 of your opponent's battle cards and you get minus 30k for a turn. And it's got active, limit 1, pay 3 if you lead as a red or black Saiyan card, and have 3 or more red or black Saiyans in your energy and or battle area. Play this card from your hand, and up to 1 of your leaders gains 5k to the start of your next main phase. So, as long as you have a combination between battle and energy, which is very simple to do, you pay 3, bring this out, give your lead 5k, and its auto triggers allowing you to warp a card from their hand and kill 2 things off. And for the last card of the deck, which is our main boss monster, we've got 4 copies of Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta Triumphant Together. So it's got 35k power, deflect, triple strike and blocker. It's a union fusion by paying 4 red, you draw 1 and you use a Goku and Vegeta GT, they're both red. Permanent, this card isn't affected by non-Gogeta GT skills, and when this card is in battle, your opponent can't activate non-super combo cards skills and you skip your fence step. So when this swings, you can't combo. It just goes straight in as a 35k. With our leader skill on top of this skill, when you attack their battle cards, they just die. Because you skip your combo, they skip their negates, so the only thing they could potentially do is super combo. But there's not much point unless they really want to stop it. And he's got 2 autos, so start of your charge phase, you place it in the drop, and then when the opponent's battle card is carried by this card's attack, or at the end of your turn, you get back to active mode. So then it can be a 35k blocker, but it can also just wipe out your opponent's field. Kind of like the other, the BR Vegeta, but I'm not sure how to scale them, so. But there we go, that is the Goku Vegeta GT deck profile. So thank you very much for watching. Leave your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll see you next time. Bye.